high school students read across America.
Radnor High School celebrates World Language Week. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of News Center 16. I'm Sean Kasser.
And I'm Lisa Berger. We'll have more on those stories later in the show, but topping the Radnor Beat this week. Last week, the school board approved the retirement of Radnor High School's principal, Robert W. Baker, and assistant superintendent, Diane Bechtold. Both have strived to make Radnor a better place. Dr. Baker, who took the position in January of 1995, has received much recognition for his work, including Principal of the Year in 2000. He will remain principal until June 30th, 2003, and the school board is looking for candidates to fill the position. Diane Bechtold has worked in Radnor since July of 1995, and her career in education spanned 35 years and started many programs to keep Radnor students and teachers well informed and ahead of the game. News Center 16 will have more on this in the near future, so stay tuned.
They will be missed. But on a lighter note, it's that time of year again. Radnor High School is performing its annual spring musical, Into the Woods. Into the Woods, directed by Dr. Glennie, is starring the homecoming king and queen, Carol Lighty and Tom Baker. We were robbed. Anyway, Into the Woods is a compilation of known fairy tales. Be sure to come and see it. Performance dates are Friday at 8 p.m., Saturday at 2 and 8 p.m., and a special performance Sunday at 7 p.m. Tickets will be available at the door.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after a quick public service announcement.
Hi, my name is Lamont Green.
Hi, my name is Darren Trochet.
Hi, my name is Robert Price.
Hi, I'm Nettie Gary. Hi, I'm Jennifer Santiago.
Hey, I'm Joyce Santiago.
I'm Shante Davis.
I'm Spencer Walker.
We're part of Radnor Better Chance. We are one of the oldest Better Chance programs in the country, and it's all because of you.
This year we are celebrating our 30th anniversary, and it's all due to the generosity of the Radnor community, and we'd like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
We would also like to invite you on Saturday night, March 29th, to celebrate this special event, which will be held at the Meadow Hall at the Valley Forge Military Academy. The party will include catered dinner and dancing for all.
In addition, we'll have a silent and live auction. We'll have houses ranging from the Poconos to the Key West, soaking rugs, sports paraphernalia, jewelry by Brian Small, and much more. Take it, George.
Please join us. This will be a great event. Please contact Lois Wysocki at Radnor High School at 610-293-0855 for more details.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Getting advance permission from landowners is not only courteous,
Appreciate your call yesterday. Well, appreciate you letting us hunt here, Mr. Price.
it's a requirement of safe and responsible hunting.
Have a good time.
Thank you, Mr. Price.
See you on the way back. Remember, we treat Mr. Price's property like it's our own.
Because hunting safety isn't inherited.
Yeah, right.
You have to teach it.
Let's go. Come on, come on.
For more information on hunter education in Delaware, call 1-800-648-7500.
Welcome back to this week's edition of News Center 16. I'm Lisa Berger. The current and antiquated Radnor Township building, built in 1963, stands on Ivan Avenue. However, a presentation to the commissioner on March 10th will outline an improvement plan for the building. The township will most likely opt for a new building or add 2 stories to the already existing building. The new facility would take 12 to 18 months to complete and is greatly needed.
You know, I really hope that township building pulls through. They need a new one. Anyway, Read Across America is an annual event held everywhere in the United States on, there I am, on Dr. Seuss's birthday. To celebrate, there are events held all over Radnor. Headed by Eileen Goldis, the librarian at Radnor High School, several students from the high school journey to various elementary schools to read books to the elementary school students. Students were allowed to leave early that day in order to do this and were greeted by teachers, parents, and faculty that were extremely glad to see their students interact with older kids. Overall, everyone had a grand time, and all involved look forward to doing this next year.
On February 27th, 28th, and March 1st, Radnor Actors Workshop performed a theater production of Armed Hostilities in the Radnor High School Black Box Theater. The play, which had been put on once before in 1992, was a success, although it did not bring in quite as many people as were expected. Armed Hostilities was the brainchild of director Marianne Morgan. It consisted of a collection of poems, quotes, monologues, and scenes, all having to do with war. The cast, which was made up of Ryan Graves, Chris Tapino, John Wynn, Sarah Geis, Brian Roden, Sveta McShane, Sloan Murray, Elizabeth Cutler, and Shanna Wagenheim, played soldiers, generals, widows, and common people. The stage, or stages, were erected in a circle. The audience sat in the middle and had to constantly turn to see the action moving around them. All in all, everyone involved had a great time depicting the glory, tears, and terror associated with war.
This past week, Radnor High School celebrated National World Language Week. You may have heard the morning announcements read in a world language, or perhaps you had a lunch inspired by a foreign cuisine. Students also noticed signs in several different languages labeling various locations around the school, such as the library. The language department also hosted film festivals after school, featuring such films as Run, Lola, Run. Each day this week represented a different language. Monday was French, Tuesday was Spanish, Wednesday was Latin, Thursday was German, and Italian was celebrated on Friday. Students enjoyed learning about the world languages and look forward to doing this next year. A big thank you goes out to all those who were involved in this collaborative effort.
The Radnor to Bartram Connection is a club sponsored and organized by teacher Rob King at Radnor High School. The trips are designed to introduce suburban kids to an urban environment. Their latest trip was to go to the inner city and paint the interior of a battered women's shelter. Later, the kids will be painting the outside of the building. Both Radnor and inner city kids enjoy these trips because it is an act of kindness and they provide a sense of satisfaction in a job well done. And that about wraps it up for this week's edition of News Center 16. I'm Lisa Berger.
And I'm Sean Kasser. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with a brand new edition of News Center 16.